have is the USA is spending the total investment spent by USA between 2013 to 2022 was $248 billion. And the next was China, 95 billion. We are the fifth in the world, but then our contribution has been only to the extent of $7.73 billion. So we have a demand, second highest demand, but our investment has been only to the, though we are fifth in the world as far as the investment is concerned, but then our investment has been only to the extent of 7.3%. And this is again a very interesting figure that, we say that the G20 countries are the most developed countries in the world. And these countries, they are starting up with AI companies, artificial intelligence companies. And again, we are number sixth in the world. But then if you compare the number of companies, that USA has 4,643 companies between 2013 to 2022, but we had only 296 companies. So therefore, we really had to go push ourselves as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. So I thought these figures were, because rest of the things I'm sure that you all will be speaking about. And I have a recent, because I keep on, this is a very important issue as far as we are concerned. So we feel that whether we'll be out of profession or will continue to be in the profession. So I can tell you there is a recent judgment of the Delhi High Court, which I have, which was I was very happy to read that judgment. In fact, it went on to say that artificial intelligence is not a replacement for human element. So this was what the Delhi High Court recently said, and it went on to say that artificial intelligence cannot substitute human intelligence or human element in the adjudicatory process. It said that the Chat GPT, today Chat GPT is so important, could not be the basis for judging the legal or the factual issue in a court of law. So to that extent, we have some solace that our profession will still be there, doctors will still be there, because if the robotic has to work, somebody has to monitor the robotic. The only question is that a stage may come when a doctor is not managing the robotic, then who will be the liability? Whom you an unknown person, if not robotic, you can't charge him for negligence or things like that. So I feel that whatever may happen in this world, whatever kind of an artificial intelligence come, in the human judgment, the ethical consideration and a contextual understanding is indisposable, because that cannot be taken over. We cannot be substituted by any other person, and the role of trust and responsibility cannot be assigned to a robotic. The role of trust and responsibility cannot be assigned to a machine, but the role of trust and responsibility can only be assigned to a living human being. And in every work, we have an element, whether any person working with us, a trust and responsibility is of the most important element. And we must understand that AI must be tempered with caution, recognizing that you can be really, really held responsible. And in some particles, it is said that a disaster can be more than a disaster of a nuclear bomb. There's one study also like that. So therefore, I think you will agree with me. So I think with these, I thought I will ask our guest in chief, because he has a specialization in this subject. So I would like him to deliver his keynote address. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Can I have the PPT, please? Who is moving the thing? Next बोला दो ना कोणता? ठीक है कोणता Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me and for the very nice introduction of the subject by the Honorable President. I have a slightly structured way of presenting. I will confine myself to the time allotted, I assure you that. So just to go that just 10 years before, today is 2024, just 10 years before, the Turing test was passed by the computer. What is the Turing test? 1950, World War II. And it said, Alan Turing said, if there are two rooms, you cannot see one with computer, one with human machine, and a normal human person cannot distinguish between the two, then it is a good artificial intelligence. In 2014, Eugene Gustman passed this test, only 10 years before. Forward another 4 years. Sophia, she had come to Kolkata, I know, and she was given a citizenship by Saudi Arabia and a United Nations Innovation Champion only 6 years before. And within these are basically play things, robots talking, you answered structured questions. But now things start getting very, very interesting. Generative pre-trained transformer. Where did the word transfer? Everybody knows ChatGPT now. They are even selling chart by the name of GPT. So everybody knows about ChatGPT. But what is transformer T? Two young boys once walked on a riverfront and said the translation is not working word for word. Your name is, and if you translate, it doesn't make sense. So whole sequences have to be looked at it together. So that thing was called transformer. But it seeks the pattern of using your name is from a whole lot of literature already there. So it is pre-trained on the entire literature that is there in the internet. And generative because through a neural network with a backward propagation like the brain, it adjusts the weights between the responses to get into the ideal. The latest version, it was launched in 30th November 22. Within 2 months, mind you, December and January, 100 million users were using, the fastest ever in the world, only in 2 months' time. And the latest version, just 2 weeks ago, 13th May 2024, ChatGPT 4.0 it is called. It can read, it can write, it can look, it can judge your face, and it can do videos. Now, about AI, this Sam Altman, who had been to India, he's the CEO of OpenAI, who does the ChatGPT, and he is wearing in the picture that is given the blue T-shirt on the left. This is Sam Altman, and he had come to India and talked to Prime Minister Modi. And he is, according to him, according to Sam Altman, there are two things that are very, very important. One is scientific discovery. They can create new molecules to cure cancer. He talks about protein folding. I have no idea what protein folding is, but only thing I have found out that this is an extremely difficult mathematical model, and this can be done by generative PT and AI in general. And he says in healthcare and education, this is very, very promising. So this is what the inventor of GPT, I wouldn't say inventor, is the CEO of OpenAI, much talked about person. When he came to Delhi and the Economic Times interviewed him and he was asked, can a startup from India do a ChatGPT kind of a thing? And he laughed it away. This created a lot of heartburn. Why is he laughing? Are we so bad? He said, no. Do you see this GPU picture over there? It cost $10,000, and the CEO of NVIDIA from Taiwan carried it to Sam Altman to present it to him, the latest version, which is 100 times as fast as the last version. It is so expensive that startups cannot do. So as the president said, that can India do? In the fundamental thing, we need enormous resources, but there's a better way to get into this AI bandwagon. Just can AI be controlled? Please look at the economist thing. On the left is Harari, my favorite philosopher, Israel, and he has written this Homo sapiens, Homo Deus and 21st lessons from the 21st century. And to the right is Mustafa Suleiman. He was, when he was interviewed in the board of economists, right now he's heading the Microsoft AI division as the CEO. Now he says, let us see three quotations quickly. Elon Musk, we all know, he talks about neural brain. You think and things will start to move. He says there are few things robots cannot do better than human. So they will take over if not properly controlled. And Harari says human minds cannot grasp the new capabilities of of GPT and similar tools. And Mustafa says, in the hands of bad actors, if there are good things that you can do with AI, you can do bad things as well. Disinformation could influence elections. We just had one, and there were so many things about misinformation, and it could really change. And synthetic substances could be weaponized. Think of World War II and chemical weapons and Nazis. And there are bad people now too. Think of North Korea and others. I have just read this book. Madhumita Murgia is the AI head in the editorial board of Financial Times of UK, and she has written a book, Code Dependent: Living in the Shadow of AI. I just mentioned she narrates a lot of things, how we are always under the surveillance of AI. I pick up three things. One is the top 600. Even before you are committing a crime, they are trying to predict. This is in Amsterdam. If you have committed anything to come to the adverse notice of the police, for life you are tagged, and children are marked as future criminals. And in this top 600, she vividly narrates how every time social worker coming in, everywhere the small kid is going, class 7 or class 8, he's been tracked, he's been followed, he can't mix with his friends. It's a horrible time to live in, as if in a jail. She also talks about fake videos. Your body, somebody else's face, and all kinds of sexual and other things. And she points out even the laws. Sir is an eminent jurist. Law is very, very nebulous. Why? Because if you say that you have done it, but it's not your body, so who are you? I have just put one picture, one head on somebody. So under what law will you catch me? Is it defamation? After much debate, I think only in Australia they have framed a law against fake videos. And what they use, they're so clever. One AI machine will look at another AI machine, the outputs, and if there is a difference between the original video and the fake video, it will further improve until even the artificial intelligence cannot make the difference. So this is another thing, that how people's lives are being, especially women's, are being altered by these methodologies. And the third point that I've picked up from this book is nowhere to hide. Everywhere you are under surveillance through the CCTVs and others. And she talks about a Chinese activist, and I read, he turned off his phone, bought a train ticket in cash, got off before, took a bus, got off before the checkpoint, etc., to evade the authorities. He was asked to his movements so that you can track. And you know what happened? Think of Drishyam, if you have seen that movie, how the protagonist tries to, evade the police tracking. If you are carrying a mobile, everybody can track you. So he turns off his phone. And you know what happened? In China, whenever this person switched off his phone, even at home, the police would come running to him. Say, you are trying to fly away. So this is what is happening. And these are the three things that code-dependent, living in the shadow of AI, Madhumita Murgia refers to. I also quote from some of the two more points. By 2030, AI will know everything about everybody all the time. Khatam. You are always under surveillance. And that is why, even in the past, Isaac Asimov, as we all know, famous science fiction writer, he says, please regulate. One of the first things that you should tell the AI, the rule, don't harm humans. They can take over the whole of the world, and we should be very, very careful about it. I'll go to AI tools first, since the topic is of industry-friendly solutions, but I take about 20 seconds to look at this picture. Last month, I was in Amsterdam, and it was the tulip season. I like the tulip season, and I use command prompts. This picture has not been drawn by me, it has been drawn by AI. And this was also exhibited in Academy of Fine Arts, and we are going to have an AI exhibition soon. But my point is, this AI exhibition in the Academy of Fine Arts, a physical exhibition where all artists are there and the artists object very vehemently to AI art. But my point is, like you use a canvas, like you use oil painting, AI is also a tool, you can use it. And my motivation was, I wanted Bengal to be a great center of excellence for AI. So let's try with something that usually technologists don't go into. So as I said, even Sam Altman, CEO, says health is a very good thing. So radiography scanning is very good. And there is this story by the economist that says that in Scotland, for example, there is this mandatory program that below 70, every 3 years, every woman every 3 years has to be scanned. And the doctors have about 900, 1,000 mammography scans to look into. So certain mistakes happen. So in one case that has been cited, Barbara, a lady nearing 70, the AI said, after the doctors had said, no, it's negative, they look at this. They sent it for biopsy, it was positive, and then she was operated on and saved her life. So it's working very good. And the other thing, while this may be very, very costly, the other thing is in the health. Now we have what is known as natural user interface. Earlier we had graphic user interface, our touchscreen in the phone are graphic user. Now you can talk with ChatGPT 4.0, you can talk. My Pixel 8a has this capability. I talk here and they talk a reply in French. So with that, a lot of health support system, they're not substituting the doctor, but where there is no doctor, this AI, all of us have Googled sooner or later when we have a disease, we first find it out, ye kya hai? But in the remote places where they can't have anything, this is a very great application. In the manufacturing sector, this predictive maintenance is a very good thing. We already know in our modern cars, if the car does not have pressure, you get an alarm system. But whole systems are now having digital twins. And I met a person recently, a young person who says, give me any machinery, I'll put IoT devices, I'll study the vibrations recorded by the IoT, and if there is any problem, I will get it repaired before it breaks down. This is a great thing. And in nuclear plants and other things where sending people is very difficult, this is a very, very successful application of AI. Quality control, of course, energy management, you don't put your things, AI can easily handle this, and AI for training. So digital twin is also very good. Let us think about hospitality and tourism. If so many places when we go out that I don't take beef, or I am a vegetarian, or I like my tea with sugar, without milk, and with so many things can be very easily be captured by an AI mechanism. Language barriers, of course, I spent 3 months in France during my training to learn French. Now you just need your mobile with you for real time conversion and VR experience. So hospitality and tourism will have great applications of AI. Retail, of course, we all see Netflix, and if you have seen Netflix, it will always suggest, depending on your viewing pattern, if there is strong AI machine at the back end. Personal marketing, we all have experience. Once you click one shoes, then you will be flooded with shoes kind of ads. AI-driven inventory management and customer service bots. So this picture, which is drawn by AI, this picture, I just asked DALL-E3 to make me a picture for customer service bots. This is what it is bringing in. Half of the questions will be given by bots, supervised by human being if possible. Education, if we are talking of everything, as President also commented, somebody has to run this AI. So it is very important that we know how to run this AI programs, these tools, and this, the education wing, they should change their syllabus and start teaching students how to handle these tools. Student evaluation and personalized teaching. We are aware of Byju's and Khan Academy. According to your progress, you will be taught. Financial sector. In 5 years, McKinsey has predicted 46% job loss will be there. And in general offices which have not written, 44%, because low-level jobs will all be automated. However, AI is very good for savings, decisions, trading recommendations, fraud prevention. Please see at the graphic on the right-hand side. This is a complete fake. It came into my Facebook inbox. I checked up Indian Express thing and could not find it. It uses the name of Uday Katak and says that this is a wonderful app. You can invest in Bitcoins and earn a huge lot of money. So AI should be used for preventing frauds, and that is the financial sector tools. Marketing, of course, we all know. Content creation, what to write in our pamphlet. Social media, we all know. Email marketing, when to send that email. Competitor insight, what my other lawyer firm is doing. Getting found locally, how do I get my client? Everything can be handled by thing. And this person, Philip Van Dusen, you can check him on the Google. He's a brand consultant, very famous brand consultant. And he also mentioned specific apps that is used, multiple choices for all are paid apps. So therefore I chose not to mention it, and that you can use, every company, every businessman can use all these 7 tools immediately from tomorrow. I am closing my arguments as my time is also running out. This book I got yesterday. I showed the picture of Musta, The Coming Wave. It was an instant bestseller, and I would recommend for those who can, please read this book. It is unputdownable and it's extremely good. It talks about how the coming wave is going to change everything. But here there is by Mustafa Suleyman, whom I said he is now the AI CEO of Microsoft. He says, and I quote, in the near future, everyone will have their own personal AI assistants that will plan and arrange tasks on their behalf. Siri and Hey Google are woefully inadequate. Alexa is inadequate. Talk to ChatGPT 4.0, and more it will get sophisticated. It will also look at you and say, why are you depressed? And they will also plan what new enterprise to do after looking at marketing trends. I am on my second last slide. This quote on the left-hand side is from the Times of India of today. And he says, he is the CEO of NVIDIA, who produces these chips, these very large GPUs, $10,000 each. And he says, we are manufacturing intelligence. Understand, not information, not data. We are manufacturing intelligence. And he says in the computers, look at the graphic at the right, that we are now making not twins of factories. We are going to make twins of the whole of Earth. All of us included, we are in the Earth. Everything will be mapped. We want to solve large-scale problems like climate change as well. Work has started. My last thank you slide. There is now also people called futurists, and this is Gerd Leonhard, who is from Switzerland, and he talks extensively of the future in an hour talk on the YouTube, and he says that AI is like a power tool. It has got more power. You can still use hammers to drive nails or drill holes, but if you have that power drill, you can do it fast. The power drill can kill also, but you don't need to know. That's my take. That's not his take. You don't need to know how a power drill works. That is, leave that to Sam Altman and Microsoft and Google. Learn to use the tool. And he says, looking at the ChatGPT at the right, this is the #1 skill you need to get a good job in the future. My point to all members of this Chamber of Commerce is, please ask your people to know how to handle AI tools and learn AI and ChatGPT and everything. You don't need anything else to survive in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening presentation. Now, may I request Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya, Professor and Director, MACOUT, to kindly share his observations.
Remote. Wait, can Hey, are you running the presentation? So, a very good afternoon to all. It has been my destiny always that I am always following some very elegant talks most of the time, just like Sensa was told. So, the wherever I go, this I face. So, and many things which I wanted to say, he has already told. So, let me tell you, I've got 15 minutes and I'll complete within 15 minutes. And today's topic is AI for industry friendly solutions. The solutions that AI will really bring should be industry friendly. And before going into the solutions that are possible, some of them have already been highlighted by Devashish Sen sir. Why we are discussing AI today, this Chamber of Commerce people? Because there has been collateral development in a number of technologies. Actually, in my home, I have got a book titled Artificial Intelligence in 1978, published in 1978. But we have not talked of AI solutions till 2010, 2012, 2014 onwards, because other technologies were not developed. For example, now you have got another buzzword making rounds is IoT, that is Internet of Things. The sensing technologies, it's coming from nanotechnology. Then that nanotechnology has driven the growth of sensors. Then the telecommunication technology, it has gone to 4G, 5G, it's going to 6G also. 6G testbed also is being tested in the Chennai IIT. So communication has developed, this your sensing technology has developed, and the computing chips have been more and more powerful. That is, the high performance computing is a reality today. So all these things put together, you have got the data capturing possibility. So lot of data you can capture with ubiquitous IoT devices, and then you can communicate that data also because you have got real platforms to communicate, and then you have got the computing platforms also. So the old concept of artificial intelligence has got the new life today, and you have got not only solutions for all social sectors, also the solutions for the industry things. Now I'll quickly go through the slides, many of which may appear a repetition, and I'll not talk much about it. Like, what is AI? I will not talk about AI because we know that it is an attempt to mimic human intelligence through machines. Machines means a computer, and this mobile also is a computer. There may be different avatars of computing where such AIs can be really implemented. But being a academic and R&D persons, because in previously I was in CDAC, I was heading CDAC here in Kolkata. So I'll just briefly tell you the taxonomy of AI. It can be based on the functionality, based on the capability, based on the techniques used, based on the applications, and based on the characteristics. So there are a lot of possibilities and different types of AI that we come across in various sectors, social sectors, industrial sectors, economic sectors, health sectors, financial sectors. So the thing that has been discussed and is making a lot of interest is being drawn to generative AI. You can see in the last column, generative AI, that is Chat GPT and so on. You have got Google variant of Gemini. You have got the Microsoft variants, Copilots, and many tools are available. But I'll try to draw your attention to explainable AI and generative AI, because AI is being planned for use in strategic applications also. Suppose some real-time defense applications. So there, AI has to be explainable. It should not be only based on machine learning and See, suppose I'll tell you some AI model is working with 95% accuracy. And that AI model is used in your vehicle. So 100 times you push your brake, 5 times it will accelerate. So it's not acceptable for real-time mission critical applications. So explainable AI comes into picture where the output that is given by that model is actually reliable and repeatable and reproducible. So this is the various variants. But this slide actually summarizes the whole taxonomy of AI. Relevance of AI in industries has already been told that it enhances efficiency, certainly, it reduces cost, and it creates new opportunities for innovation because repetitive tasks are taken care of AI and real human intelligence can be deployed for innovating new solutions for that industry. Then applications of AI has already been told by sensor, manufacturing, healthcare, retail, finance, and agriculture was not talked about. I'll tell you, agriculture is a big industry and precision agriculture there can really be implemented with AI. Then the technologies that enable AI, I told about a number of things that helps AI to really be implemented on the ground. But the AI models leverage on technologies like machine learning, NLP, natural computer language processing, computer vision, robotics, etc. These are the enabling technologies that are used to develop an AI model. Then benefits, I have already told. Challenges and consideration, of course, that data privacy, security, many examples have been given. Skill gap is a big issue for this industrial AI, and integration with existing systems. AI is the state of the art thing, new thing, but industry, if it wants to adopt it, it has to be retrofitted with the legacy systems. So this is one challenge we have seen, that for industrial solutions this is there. Then now case studies, AI for predictive maintenance, as already been told, Siemens uses AI to monitor and predict maintenance needs for industrial equipment, reducing downtime and maintenance cost. Amazon use AI in logistics management. John Deere, they're the makers of agricultural machinery. They use for precision agriculture. I'll briefly share some of the industrial uses of AI that myself being in CDAC, we have tried to use specially for the tea industries, because tea is a very major cash crop for this part of the country and for entire South India and some part of the Uttarakhand also. So we have tried some real case studies, real examples here, where we have tried to use wireless sensor networks spread across tea gardens. They are all implemented projects where you gather the information from the field, and based on the data, you really take AI-based decision, develop AI-based decision support system. These are the various IoT devices. They are the various IoT devices and even soil sensors. The soil quality is very important for precision agriculture. We developed these systems and they are operational in a number of tea gardens. And we integrated AI and GIS together so that soil fertility mapping can be done and you can schedule the application of pesticides, fertilizers, etc. based on the soil fertility maps, where AI and GIS were really integrated. These are few screenshots. Then AI and drone for tea plantation management. This is one of the ongoing activities that is being done, where you are capturing the pest infestation in the tea leaves by a drone flight and then taking the appropriate actions to mitigate the infestation. Then smart tea harvester, you know, tea quality is done by 2-leaf and a bud plucking. And if you pluck a bush, a feet and a bud, then the tea quality doesn't come. And it has to be done manually and highly labor intensive. This project is ongoing, where a selective plucking by the machine is done. By machine vision, you look at the canopy of the tea bush and pluck the 2-leaf and a bud, so that you have absolutely mechanical harvester with smart eyes within it. This is a smart tea harvester that is still under development and trials. We have developed electronic nose, vision and tongue system, because tea testing is done by tea testers, which is absolutely subjective in nature. We have leveraged the sensor technology and AI technologies so that a self-learning system can be developed, which automatically gives the appraisal of the tea quality just like a human being. And this is commercial. These are the handheld versions of electronic nose. This is electronic tongue, which can find out astringency, strength, bitterness, and any bad flavor for tea. These are the biosensing system to find out pesticide residues in tea leaves, because tea leaves is an export commodity. Tea is an export commodity, and there are a lot of limits about maximum residue limit for pesticides. And this kind of systems, using machine vision and AI, you can train a system to find out to the level of ppb the presence of pesticides. And then last but not the least, we have done an entire tea factory automation, where from a central control room, you have sensors all around that can monitor the machine performance, machine maintenance prediction, as well as the product and process can communicate with each other, so that online quality monitoring of the tea is also possible. And this model tea factory is available in Tea Research Association, Toklai, Assam. These are the various mimic diagrams. So I think then we are also in the process of developing a machine where the impurity, these foreign matters in the tea, that can be done using machine vision within, of course, AI. This is this system has been installed now in Sri Lankan tea industry. So tea information and advisory system also has been developed, where which actions should be taken up by the stakeholders on the plantation, stakeholders they should take, that is automatically given based on the machine learning techniques. This is tea information. Future has already been talked. So before conclusion, I only will tell one more thing. Now this entire machine learning based AI, that is model we are trying to develop, is being worked on a cloud or on high performance computing platforms. But people have found that AI is highly energy intensive. And you don't know this, the computer architecture, that's called von Neumann architecture, where processor and memory keep on communicating with each other and sharing data, and takes a lot of power. And you will be surprised to know the power that is required for machine learning to develop an AI model worldwide as of date is 10 to the power 25 joules. So it's huge. And people are telling this may not be feasible in days to come. Please know, our brain that does the computing, that takes only 20 watts of power. That 20 watts of power, they do the entire computing. So new paradigm of computing is coming. That's called neuromorphic computing, where every neuron will have, in a neural network, every neuron will have processor as well as a memory, so that, and they will be interconnected just like our brain. So future for AI is very bright, provided we shift over to the new computing paradigm, because this cloud computing on HPC, that is going to reach its saturation by 2040. Thereafter, things have to change to neuromorphic computing. With this, thank you very much for your patient listening, sir.
Thank you, sir, for providing such a lucid explanation on the practical applications of AI. Now we have Mr. Shumanto Kaur, Partner Technology Consulting, Ernst & Young LLP.
Thank you for the time. And though a lot of the things I originally planned to talk about have been touched upon by the esteemed speaker before me. So what I will do to stick to the timeline, I will focus on the actual industrial use cases of AI and also kind of citing few examples in terms of how global businesses have benefited by usage of AI and the general direction it is taking in the industrial revolution that we are about to witness by the use of AI at large. So just moving on, I'll not spend much on the introduction, but just to give you a sense that artificial intelligence is a technology which is not new. This has been started in the 1950s. So the initial artificial intelligence development actually has started in the 15s. But what happens through the 90s and through the 2000 is the specialized use of AI has come into picture with the machine learning and deep learning. Now, what essentially machine learning and deep learning is that previously AI was restricted to the usage of software coding, and that coding is doing certain specialized tasks. But with the machine learning and deep learning, the human ability of learning has now got infused within this algorithmic programs, and that's where AI is essentially becoming smarter and smarter with every passing day. And then in around 2017, this whole generative AI phenomenon have started. Mr. Shane also mentioned about Chat GPT. The Chat GPT came in 2022. However, the technology, the transformer technology actually started in 2017. And though Sam Altman, who kind of owns the OpenAI, have started this ChatGPT revolution. But incidentally, the transformer technology was invented by Google in 2017, and that's where this is coming. And to be a very, very simple word, if I want to put it, what is the difference between AI and generative AI? The basic difference is generative AI is the first step towards general intelligence. So artificial intelligence can always be for a specific task. I want to predict a revenue. I want to predict a disaster. I want to predict certain future events, or I want to analyze certain past events. AI has always been used for this kind of application. But with generative AI, now we are in the era where AI has a knowledge about everything that we do. For example, ChatGPT has knowledge of all the articles, all the newspaper reports, all the educational books, all the major writer publications, everything. It is subsumed within that single artificial intelligence model. That means the level of intelligence that this particular model is going to have, it is far beyond the comprehension of a single human being. Though it sounds little scary, but if we start using this with proper guardrail and proper responsible usage of this particular technology, there is an immense potential that actually we can drive. I'll not go into the difference. But now, with all of these, since we work with various different industries across the globe, what we are seeing is that AI has a potential to impact businesses across all sectors. Whether you talk about call center organizations, you talk about various knowledge management use cases, the whole environmental governance and risk management areas, even in the banking customer area, specifically hyper personalized. And some of that you might already have started observing that today various banks, financial institutions, they come out with hyper personalized commercial offerings. Like there can be loans created which are specific to the need of a specific person. It is not a generalized loan term, but how that specificity has been derived, the specificity has been derived by an artificial intelligence model which has looked into your behavioral pattern in terms of spending, in terms of earning, in terms of your areas of interest, and thereby artificial intelligence today is able to curate products and personalized offerings which are tailor made for individuals or organizations. So this is the level of personalization today AI can allow you to achieve. Similarly, in healthcare, across the healthcare services, insurance services, there are more and more application of AI that is coming into picture day by day. And organizations who are really successful in these respective fields, they are successful because if you look into their area of operation, you will find they have been heavily using AI in all of their operations in some form or the other. So no parts of the businesses today is left alone where AI is not making an impact. And just to give you some of the sense that the way AI is impacting, that today if you can look into the technology sector, so for example all the IT services organizations or the IT organizations, 88% of their productivity can be impacted by AI. That means today what one person is able to achieve through the manual labor, the same amount of time AI can actually achieve twice or thrice more amount of work without any human intervention. That's the kind of efficiency it can bring in, right? It is also fueling a lot of innovation, specifically with the generative AI coming into picture. The hyper personalization has been fueling a lot of innovation and a lot of creativity. Like the example Sensor was quoting to, the image created by AI. Today there are movies, there are complete scripts of an advertisement, the entire product brochure, product description, product marketing strategies are created by AI. So AI has gone that intelligent in a very short span of time since the time the generative AI has become mainstream. And specifically, along with this generative AI, one of the another term which is very popular nowadays, which is called large language model. Now, this large language model is one of the capability where it allows us to interact with systems and data with a natural human-like, command. The way I am talking with you all today, the capability exists where we can actually talk to machines like that. We can interact with machines like that. We can interact with data like that. And that is the first sign of technology getting democratized with the usage of AI that we are witnessing in the current days. And this is only going to get increased in the days to come. Moving on, most of the businesses today are getting invested into some form of the AI or the other. And what is the reason behind it? Is it only because they are driving a lot of efficiency? They are driving a lot of impact in their top line and bottom line by using of AI? Yes, it is one way. It is true, but there is another reason behind it as well. Is that since the leading organizations across the world are invested into artificial intelligence so heavily that the other organizations have no other option but to get into that race, because if you don't get into that race, you are going to get missed out. And the organizations who are already into that race, they are going to kind of race ahead with this acquired capability, which has the potential to transform their business upside down. So if I very simply say that what it looks like in the AI world from a now, next, and soon future kind of a stuff. So at the current era, what we are going to see is that a lot of repetitive manual work going to get replaced by artificial intelligence, right? And in the next, what is going to be there? The next is what precisely is where AI will be as a companion for us everywhere, every time. So that means personalization through artificial intelligence is going to get increased at scale. We are going to see AI intervening not into our day-to-day work. It is going to intervene into our businesses. It is going to intervene into our lifestyle choices as well. So this is that fine-grained AI is going to get within our society at large. And what soon it is going to come? It is soon the AI is going to disrupt the businesses to an extent that new business model will start to emerge. So there are a lot of established businesses where there is a standard business model which is in practice, which might be giving dividend for the last 40-50 years. But now with the AI, there has to be a new way of doing business that has to come up. And like previously, if you have observed, a lot of airlines used to have their customer care for all of their flight scheduling, flight booking, flight change, etc. Now they do not have those call centers. All of that is handed over to AI enabled chatbots. Now by simply having a conversation with their chatbots, you are able to do all of the interaction with those airline companies by and large. So that means the airlines companies are evolving and they are bringing in new business models where it is not people, where technology is taking center stage. So this business model disruption is something that we are going to see very soon. And just to give you a glimpse that where all AI is going to have an impact, the AI is going to have an impact almost every parts of the business, whether it is operations, a lot of operational execution and a lot of operational strategy work is going to get handled by AI very soon. In the products and services, specifically in the customer service area, it is all going to be AI enabled. It is already 50-60% AI enabled, but it is also going to get AI enabled 100% very soon. Nowadays, if you get a call from a bank, you pick up the call and you start talking with the voice at the other end, like a normal human being. But trust me, 50% of those are not human. That's actually a voice enabled artificial intelligence which is working at the back. So the customer service is changing. The finance area is going to change, right? Previously, a accountant could have handled so much of a transaction in a day. Now, with the AI assistance and the other digital capability, one accountant can handle the complete businesses across all the ledgers till up to the final accounting ledger in no time, right? 10 years back, monthly book closing used to be a 5-6 days activity. It has now got crunched into maybe couple of hours activity. So that's how AI is impacting all of the operational area. It has going to be a great impact on the people strategy of all the businesses. The traditional skills are not going to be good enough. In the future, the new skills are going to emerge, like how to deal with AI, how to converse with artificial intelligence. One of that is prompt engineering. You will be hearing that term very often. So these are going to be the skills of the future, and that will create a new set of jobs. Of course, it will also take out some kind of job. Similarly, if you look at marketing, sales, technology, even research, and we briefly talked about the drug research. Today, generative AI is fueling drug research, newer medicine, newer salt discovery. So all of this is happening using AI at the forefront. And as we have been speaking, that AI is there for some time now, but why the interest is getting so much hyped right now? Because of one of the major fact is that now AI is accessible. Gone are the days where to enable your AI into your business, you need a large workforce, you need a lot of data scientists, software coders to do all of the AI stuff to do the enablement. Gone are the days. Now, commercially off the shelf, industrial grade AI models which are available, which can actually be procured at a fraction of a cost and can be deployed in a very little time. So thereby, for businesses to acquire the technology and put the technology to use has become much more easier, and it is quite generally accessible. So that entry barrier has been reduced so much. Now it is possible for a small business to a large conglomerate, all of them to use AI in the similar manner without stretching their resources much. So that is one of the major reason why AI is kind of taking at the center stage. And of course, with the AI, the data is a major fact. So wherever with the all digital revolution, we have data all around. Your mobile are generating millions and millions of data points every minute. Now this data is fueling the AI race as well. And as and when our data scenario gets mature across the businesses, the AI applications are also going to be there. So not taking much time, I will just finish off with one particular point, which is, though AI is going to be there at the center of a lot of business innovation and business enablement in the years to come, but the usage of AI in a responsible manner is going to be very crucial, because if not, potentially AI, as we have heard from other speakers before, that it can has a catastrophic impact, and we are already seeing the impact of deepfake, where your voice, your picture can actually be used for a lot of malicious intent. A lot of miscommunication and misinformation can be propagated using AI in a very short span of time if you have a malicious intent. So the usage of AI in a responsible manner with proper guardrails, and essentially ensuring that the explainability and the and the trustworthiness of the AI is remain intact throughout its journey is the key for any business to embrace AI and be successful with AI in a long term. So with this, I will complete my note. I will hand it to the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kaur, for your valuable perspectives. Our last panel speaker joining us virtually, Ms. Aditi Sen, founder and CEO, Addy World.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to share my screen. Just let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, for a lot of you, sorry, let me just go back to the screen. So for a lot of you, so since many of you doesn't know me, so just a little brief about myself. It's been 27 years in the tech industry, and I have specialized in quality engineering, automation, and AI. I had the privilege to work with large global organizations in various leadership roles across different domains like telecom, banking and finance, education, healthcare, retail, utility councils, hospitality, and so on. I'm very passionate about sharing insights and shaping the future of AI with a strong commitment to driving diversity in the field of AI. And which is why I have formed this company, Addy World, which is an AI diversity initiative platform. So that is me, and I'll just move on. So I thought of covering these 3 points, but I'll try to skip because most of our speakers have already touched upon, few of these areas. But then I'll try to, skip some of these for the interest of the time. So let's see how much we can cover in 10 minutes. So just to give you an overall idea about AI. So by now, everybody knows what is AI because we have talked about so much about AI. So, but then just to summarize it, AI is definitely technology which enables computers and machines to mimic human intelligence. It's like giving the computer a smart brain that can continuously adapt, learn, and improve. Just like improve from experiences, just like humans do. What I'll do, I'll run a small video. Let me try and see if I can actually, I'll just pause share a little bit so that I can pull it off. Are you able to hear the sound?
shouldn't
Sorry.
weigh your budget down. It should lift your teams up. A CRM shouldn't hide fees.
Are you
It's a
able to
weekend,
hear the sound?
and John decided to watch the latest
Yes,
movie
ma'am.
by Netflix
Okay, sure.
at his friend's
Then
place.
let me resume
Before
share.
heading out, he asked Siri about the weather and realized it would rain. So he decided to take his Tesla for the long journey and switch to autopilot on the highway. After coming home from the eventful day, he started wondering how technology has made his life easy. He did some research on the internet and found out that Netflix, Siri, and Tesla are all using AI. So, what is AI? AI, or artificial intelligence, is nothing but making computers-based machines think and act like humans. Artificial intelligence is not a new term. John McCarthy, a computer scientist, coined the term artificial intelligence back in 1956, but it took time to evolve as it demanded heavy computing power. Artificial intelligence is not confined to just movie recommendations and virtual assistants. Broadly classifying, there are 3 types of AI. Artificial narrow intelligence, also called weak AI, is the stage where machines can perform a specific task. Netflix, Siri, chatbots, facial recommendation systems are all examples of artificial narrow intelligence. Next up, we have artificial general intelligence, referred to as an intelligent agent's capacity to comprehend or pick up any intellectual skill that a human can. We are halfway into successfully implementing this phase. IBM's Watson supercomputer and GPT-3 fall under this category. And lastly, artificial superintelligence. It is the stage where machines surpass human intelligence. You might have seen this in movies and imagined how the world would be if machines occupied it. Fascinated by this, John did more research and found out that machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing are all connected with artificial intelligence. Machine learning, a subset of AI, is the process of automating and enhancing how computers learn from their experiences without human help. Machine learning can be used in email spam detection, medical diagnosis, etc. Deep learning can be considered a subset of machine learning. It is a field that is based on learning and improving on its own by examining computer algorithms. While machine learning uses simpler concepts, deep learning works with artificial neural networks, which are designed to imitate the human brain. This technology can be applied in face recognition, speech recognition, and many more applications. Natural language processing, popularly known as NLP, can be defined as the ability of machines to learn human language and translate it. Chatbots fall under this category. Artificial intelligence is advancing in every crucial field like healthcare, education, robotics, banking, e-commerce, and the list goes on. Like in healthcare, AI is used to identify diseases, helping healthcare service providers and their patients make better treatment and lifestyle decisions. Coming to the education sector, AI is helping teachers automate grading, organizing, and facilitating parent-guardian conversations. In robotics, AI-powered robots employ real-time updates to detect obstructions in their path and instantaneously design their routes. Artificial intelligence provides advanced data analytics that is transforming banking by reducing fraud and enhancing compliance. With this growing demand for AI, more and more industries are looking for AI engineers who can help them develop intelligent systems and offer them lucrative salaries going north of $120,000. The future of AI looks promising, with the AI market expected to reach $190 billion by 2025. So on that.
Okay, so that was a whole overall holistic understanding of AI, although we have covered a lot about AI. But then I just thought this 5 minutes video will be a quick brush up about, what we have learned till now. So I'll move on to a few other slides. We already discussed, some of the speakers have already discussed about, how AI has evolved. And so the AI is basically the talk of the town, but it's a talk of the town now, but AI existed since 1950s. And so let's have a look about, how AI has actually evolved since 1950s. So all of you must have heard of command line interfaces. So that's when actually AI started, wherein, the humans were actually interacting with the system, with the computers and the machines using some command line interfaces. We have to type some commands and the systems used to come back with some responses. And then we moved to the magical thing happened about GUI, wherein, the machines and humans were starting to interact with icons, buttons, and menus, which was like a beautiful way of interaction between humans and systems. Next came the voice recognition, like as we all use now, the Siri, the Google Assistant, and Alexa. So these are certain devices which actually use voice recognition system to interact with the AI systems and humans communicating with the machines. Next came NLP, which is the natural language processing, which basically covers chatbot and virtual assistant concept, which we use for providing information, answering queries, and perform different other tasks. And then gesture-based interfaces came, wherein the humans were starting to interact with the AI systems using physical movements. For example, the VR and AR applications. Next came multimodal interfaces, wherein it was more of a holistic experience, unified experience, wherein machines and humans were interacting with various modes like voice, gestures, touch, and visuals. And the most emerging technology, which is the BCI technology, which is like, allowing the human brain directly interact with the AI systems, which is still evolving. Some of the benefits also have been covered, but some of the benefits, for example, when we talk about benefits of AI in terms of, repetitive tasks, automating repetitive tasks. So as we discussed that, yes, humans cannot be replaced by AI systems, but certain tasks, which is very mundane and repetitive, needs to be definitely done by the systems, by the AI systems. And humans should be left to do much more higher value tasks. So that is the whole idea of bringing AI into the picture. Definitely humans AI systems cannot replace the decision-making, concept of humans, but at the same time, it will enhance decision-making processes along with humans. Operational cost is also something that we can think of reducing using AI and automation. Yes, personalized and faster customer service is another benefit, and definitely innovation and creativity we have touched upon. AI in business, I'll probably skip this one because, we have talked about lots of applications of AI in business, like, for example, as a customer service using chatbots and virtual assistants. In marketing, for example, Amazon, for example, uses a machine learning algorithm to recommend products to users based on their browsing and purchasing history. Facebook, for example, is another marketing AI technology system, which uses to deliver or feed users with some targeted ads depending on their browsing history or even depending on their interest and behaviors. Predictive maintenance, supply chain optimization in terms of operations, in terms of human resources also we have touched upon, I believe. Finance, we have touched upon, for example, fraud detection and algorithm trading. Finance, yes, okay. So let's, this is something which I have just added impromptu, just to talk about, because we have been, I think Mr. Sen was talking about how AI has opened up different sort of roles. So this is something which is really, very optimistic. And I would like to touch upon this, just to highlight about the different, aspects of, the kind of roles that it has opened up in the market. For example, people from a non-technical background, can also pursue different roles in AI. As I can highlight, for example, AI ethicist, for example, which never existed in the market. So Mr. Sen was talking about that responsible use of AI. We'll touch upon that later in one of my slides. So if we are to actually have responsible use of AI, we need AI ethicists to define a guideline or define a set of policies which needs to be used to understand whether the AI systems are built as per the ethics or as per, the policy that is meant to be culturally sensitive or even, which maintains the privacy and the security concerns of the humans, right? So that is an example. So there are so many different kind of non-technical roles which have opened up in the AI, market, in the AI world, which never existed before. Because what we thought is AI was basically meant for a group of technical specialists, but which is not. AI has also opened up a lot of opportunities in the non-technical areas. Some of the challenges in implementing AI, data is something which I want to touch upon because as we know, when computer machines started, we know that if we input garbage, computer will give us garbage. Okay, so garbage in, garbage out is a concept that we learned a long time ago. So whatever is the underlying data that we use, that data has to be high quality data, or it has to be relevant, so that the outcome which is generated through this data using the AI system is fair enough, is unbiased. So data plays a very critical role in defining AI systems. Definitely, we need the right skills, to be developed, and the expertise that is needed to manage the AI systems. And ethical consideration is something which is very, very critical, which we have already touched upon. So this is one of the topic which I'd like to highlight a little bit more. So for example, let's talk about bias. So what is bias? I'll give an example. For example, if AI systems are built by a group of homogeneous people, it may unintentionally include the perspectives of that particular group, leading to unfair and discriminatory outcomes. So if I'm to give a very specific example, let me talk about the famous AI model, Midjourney. For example, in Midjourney, a South Sudanese Barbie girl holds a gun, and German Barbie portrays a Nazi soldier. So that's an example of bias. So how do we address this bias? So addressing ethical challenges in AI, definitely, and first of all, before even talking about ethical challenges, let me highlight what are those ethical challenges. For example, like the privacy and the security concern is a serious issue. The cultural sensitivity is a serious issue, and definitely responsible use of technology is one of the ethical concern that we highlight. Now, how do we address this ethical concern is by bringing in diversity. So diversity is key to actually address ethical concerns. For example, diverse team brings together individuals with a different background, individuals from different expertise and problem-solving approaches, which is a key requirement to address the diverse needs of the entire population. So that is why it is so important to address ethical considerations by developing a framework and a guideline, which has been developed by subject matter experts, a group of people which includes, on top of technical specialists like subject matter experts, AI ethicists, AI policymakers, and of course, all these coming up to leading AI system, which is to be developed and unbiased and responsibly. Some of the implementation strategy that we can talk about is basically how we start with is basically to assess the current readiness of the organization, what stage they are in, and how does the journey looks like when they want to go through a transformative journey of AI. So the next one is the AI adoption has to map with the business goal of the organization. And it is always recommended to start with pilot projects. So instead of going as a big bang approach, it is always suggested to go as pilot project and then, scale up to across the organization and integrating with the other systems of the organizations. And definitely investing in training and hiring the right skills for AI is very important to start with. That's it from my side. So any questions, I'm happy to address. Thank you, everyone.
You any questions on the left side? Yes. You have one? Yeah, please. Be short and brief. And whom you are reposing?
My compliments to all the speakers for educating us and introducing us to the world of AI. A specific question for Dr. Sen. Sir, you will identify a few policies that would make our state the best AI hub, since we do not have any dearth of skill. So can you enlighten us?
Absolutely. You see, my take has always been that people from Bengal are doing wonders throughout the world, even in California, but they are not having enough opportunities in the state. The reason is we started late. I don't want to go into this, but introduction of computers was politically resisted in the past. But AI is such a new thing that it is a level playing field for all. Everybody same. As we saw, ChatGPT was released to the open in only 2 years ago. It started, fourth version is only 2 weeks ago. So if we are able to tell our people, whoever is working in your organization, by do something about AI, use AI in our day-to-day lives, I think when everybody starts doing, we'll have reached a level of expertise that everybody will start to copy. This is the only way to go. The core AI that is being developed by Microsoft and OpenAI and others should not be touched by us now, but the applications, the more the startups, more the people we involve in, we can become a center of excellence for applications of AI.
From the right side, any questions? Since there are no more questions, may I request you to join for tea, please? Thank you.
So we have to present a few mementos to our speakers. We will start with our guest in chief. I would request President Mr. Khaitan to present the memento to Mr. Debashish Sen, IAS retired. As a token of our appreciation. Now, may I request Mr. Pachesia, Senior Vice President, to present the memento to Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya, Professor and Director, MAKAUT. I would request our Vice President, Mr. Rajkumar Agrawal, to present a memento to Mr. Shumanta Kaur, Partner, Technology Consulting, Ernst & Young, LLP. And of course, we are not being able to present a memento to Madam Aditi Sen, but we are really grateful to you for sparing your valuable time. Now, may I request Mr. Naresh Pachesia, Senior Vice President, to close the session with his vote of thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Sen, Dr. Bhattacharya, Mr. Kaur, and Ms. Sen, members of the chamber, guests and friends. At the end of this very useful and interesting special session on artificial intelligence industry-friendly solutions, it's my pleasant responsibility to propose a hearty vote of thanks to our guest in chief, Dr. Debashish Sen, founder, director, and CEO, New Bengal Consulting Private Limited, for sparing some of his valuable time to address us today. Thank you, sir, for your enlightening address on the role of artificial intelligence in revolutionizing industrial sectors. My special thanks are also due to our esteemed guest speakers, Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya, Professor and Director, School of Information, Science and Technology, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, University of Technology, West Bengal, Mr. Shumanta Kaur, Partner, Technology Consulting, Ernst & Young, and Ms. Aditi Sen on the screen, Founder and CEO, ADI World, for sharing their thoughts and views on how companies can make the most of artificial intelligence and improve their industrial competitiveness. Friends, AI is fundamentally transforming industries worldwide. It has the potential to boost global economic growth by increasing productivity, streamlining processes, and driving innovations. I think one of the best examples of what it can do is, when I think it was Dr. Bhattacharya, when he shared about the tea taster. Okay. It can see color, it can smell odor, it can taste using artificial taste buds. I think that in itself explains how it can change the way we do business. A short while back, informally, the president was sharing about how he's looking into this subject as a potential disruptor or enabler in the legal practice, and me from financial sector, from the capital markets, I'm also trying to learn how to adapt to these technologies. But it's up to us to consider it as a friend or a foe, a facilitator or an enabler or a disruptor. So it's the way we look at it from all the 4 presentations that we received today. It is a happy augury that the government of India is taking a lead in the Global Partnership of Artificial Intelligence, GPAI, an international initiative established to guide the responsible development and use of AI in a manner that respects human rights and the shared democratic values of its members. The government is also planning to build its own version of a foundational model for AI, which will be customized for use by Indian companies, entrepreneurs, academics, and researchers. I am confident that with such robust government initiatives, India's industrial sectors can make the most of the opportunity. With these words, I would request all of you to join me in carrying a hearty vote of thanks to our guest in chief and our honored guest speakers with appreciative acclamation. Thank you. I would now invite all of you to please join us for tea. Thank you.
Sorry, I was in too much of a hurry. Too many plans.